So obviously you've just come back from your international duty. Just tell me about
that. 2 good games, obviously 1 positive result, 1 not so positive, but like a positive kind of 2 weeks as a whole group, and certainly myself getting 2 more caps and playing 90 minutes in both games. So no, just kind of focus is back here now with obviously the World Cup and not going and things like that. There's no games now till next year, so it's kind of out of my mind now and it's done with.
And how is that experience for you, obviously going away from a squad here that you're with every single day to then that you don't see as often? Just how's that experience?
Yeah, it's nice to meet up with all the boys and things like that. When we're kind of like September, October, November, it's the same as here. Like, you do get sick of seeing the same people sometimes, you know, because we're with each other like 24 hours a day, whereas here at least they don't come home with me, which is nice. But no, yeah, so it's good to see them, and as well it's good to come back. It's like the first one I've gone away and I've missed a game, so that was a bit strange. And I played the same day, so it was kind of like I didn't get to see the result till after my game. But no, I was pleased obviously with that. So yeah, no, good, and it's nice to come back and the boys are all upbeat because they've had a good performance and a good win, and looking at the hard work is paying off at the minute.
You feel refreshed and ready to come back to them all now?
Yeah, I wouldn't say refreshed. I'm ready, but I'm definitely not refreshed. Fair bit of travelling, but no, looking forward to the weekend, and I was out there today, so just nice to be out there with everyone.
Yeah, and obviously team's doing well. We're 10 games in now, so just how would you evaluate the start of the season and nearly a quarter of the way in now?
I don't really know. I would have a positive outlook on it for sure. I think there's a few frustrations there already, which is frustrating in itself that there is them frustrations, because we could be quite a bit higher, which is almost crazy to say that I'm complaining that we're 7th or 8th in the table or wherever we are. But like, there's a long time to go. Loads of things can happen, and we had a couple of results where we should have won the game. Obviously, what happened with me against Accrington, and then we end up losing that game, and things like that. So we want, by the end of the season, we don't want to be looking upon them things. So we've got plenty of work to do.
Yeah, are those frustrations and those things, obviously the Accrington thing, there was nothing you could do, but
yeah.
Things that you can work on here at training, going into games?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the ones that stand out, like the first game of the season, Morecambe should have put that game to bed. And that's not me saying about like the centre forwards or anything like that. I think me and Penno had like 5 shots in that game between us, so that goes down to us as well. Obviously Port Vale's fresh in my mind. Like, we should never have lost that game, and that's probably the low point of the season so far. But yeah, everything that we can work on, and I think we're a team where we started quite well. We kind of hit a bit of a stalemate, and we're going good again, and I think we'll get better. So I think that's a good position to be in, and work the whole way now to Christmas and concentrate on nothing but this. And I think we could end up being there or thereabouts come the end of the season, which is ultimately the goal at the beginning of the season.
And the manager's been out, and I know all the players have spoke about kind of the spirit in the squad and how it's the best that some of them have experienced. So just tell me about that and the relationships you have with those around you.
Yeah, I think it's a tight-knit group. I think that comes from the recruitment with the manager, that obviously he's interested in ultimately how good you are at football, but he would take someone maybe who isn't as good if they were a better person, if it was tight in that respect. And I think that's paid dividend, really. Everyone sits in the dressing room. I don't think there's anyone looking over anyone's shoulder, or what's he saying about me, or anything like that. And for myself, it's probably the smallest squad I've ever worked with. And I see that as a positive. You know, like, we don't have people moping around that they're not playing, which I totally understand when players do that. And it is a frustration. I mean, it's happened to myself, and I've probably done that. So I think that makes a big change. And helps the group, really, because everyone's they know that they're right there or thereabouts, and one good performance can keep you in the team, but there's enough there that you're looking over your shoulder in respect to, if I don't perform today, I could easily slip out of the team. So.
And for you, obviously, in defence, that relationship with your other defenders, a goalkeeper, how important is that to kind of have that kind of sixth sense in a way of knowing what each other's going to do?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of where we're at in the season as well, in respect to, obviously, Penno, I kind of know what he does better than I know what like Shay does. That's because I've played with Penno at the second half of last season. In regards to like Dunks, I'm still learning with him, and he's definitely still learning with me. And playing in the back three is different. Not every player has done it and things like that. So, and it's working on. He tells me what he likes, and I tell him what I like, and then kind of meet in the middle, or we have a little bit of an argument, and it gets sorted out. And that's just the way it is. In respect to Marco, he's been fantastic again, and I kind of know what he wants to do, and I think we've got a fairly good relationship. And I'd probably say, maybe I would be a bit biased to say it, but I'd say we're probably the three tightest in the squad, like positionally. We've been fairly routined, and we've stuck together, and it's between the three of us, there's never been any finger pointing or anything like that. And we've got our own little target, which we're all really keen to succeed at.
And obviously Shay came in the summer, and there's been quite a few new lads. So how important is it to build them relationships quickly and get to know each other quickly?
I think it is important, but I think it comes down to the individual themselves coming in. You can make someone feel as welcome as you possibly can, but if they're not kind of ready, then that's just so. I think that's been another good thing, that we haven't really had any like that. Obviously Julian, and second language is English, and he's been fantastic, and it's just that's not always been the case with players who've moved to clubs, and like I wouldn't be rushing to go abroad not knowing the language, you know what I mean? I know Julian's been here for a little while now, but he's laughing and joking every day, maybe doesn't understand all the jokes, but I think that's all part of it. So for the whole group, it works out well, and I think we're working well together, and some things get said between us, and I think that shows the character of the team, that people are confident enough to say them things, and the other people are confident enough to not let it affect their confidence and just take it as in, okay, I know I need to do that better.
Perfect, thank you.